Hey guys, it's Epic Smiley 13, aka Ivy Janelle, and we are back where we left off in Katawa Shoujo. We are in Act 1, and we will just get started now. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. I mean, it's a nice gate. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. Indeed. That's such a nice painting. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds the school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's like college. It looks like a college. Or like a private school. That's cool. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible, instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. It's true. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Dots. Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. Ooh! That is a cool school. That is a really cool school. A tall man with bad posture noticed me as I entered. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Hey! Mr. Baggy-eyed Gruff. You must be Nikki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. I should give him a different voice. He seems... I'll think of something. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon's probably fine. We should get along and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. You want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah, of course. Or why? Sure. Why not? Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be the center of attention. Probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. But it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third floor down the third floor corridor. Okay, the third door down the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. That's a weird painting. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step, I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. Oh, look at all the people. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. Those look pretty close to me. Well, I guess that's just a picture. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school, but then why would they be here? Probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I notice that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. She looks like what's her name? Yeah, you look like what's her name, and that guy has a chin. It's a chin, sir. It's a definite chin. I like your hair, and I don't like the way you're looking at me. Despite the natural tendency to listen to when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. What? There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses and then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. So is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. Hi. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't miss her the moment I walked in. Oops. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hisao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone even though I'm a new student. And after that, being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied with what little I said though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain everything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. Pinky girl! As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you, too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi. Shi-chan! Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she's been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. Well, you both look like you are nice, upstanding women.
I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right. He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today, so soon. Shi-chan, right?
Ichan.
Yep, it fits, doesn't it?
Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how.
It fits. You look just like I imagined. Yeah, you look just like a Hichan.
I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Takamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to keep to each other excitedly, their hands up there. Misha seems a little overwhelmed.
Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it.
Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that will be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kind of came straight to class today.
That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there, not just for school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan?
Learn about where you're going. I guess I didn't bother to do that. Just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it halfway. But anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply.
You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed the test.
Alright.
And another thing, you don't have to call me Shi-chan. You don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Takamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine.
Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assume would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. Just less so, I guess.
Huh? Oh, right, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now or Shi-chan will get mad.
The assignment is also kind of long, so we should start now. We want to finish it before we have class.
That too.
Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that.
Get to work, you sillies.
Okay, I get the message.
After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay?
The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Well, that sucks. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish, not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. That painting, man. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything else in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Modern concealed by classic actually sounds like a really nice contrast. I like it. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate.
It's the cafeteria!
Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare. Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice. It's almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating kosher vegetable with scientific precision to the needs of patients. I pick something at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me inside to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand science, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite?
Do you want to know something?
What?
About anything. We're your guides, so you should ask if there is something.
I wonder. I don't think I really want to do this. That seems a little soon. You just met her. I like reading. Ask about the library. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've gotten into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gave a kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then keeps her smile again. Misha! Reading is a beautiful hobby. Fun to freaking mental.
There is! It's on the second floor. We can show it to you sometime.
Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from pressing. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. Oh, books. Speculations about girls on thoughts. I quickly notice the conversation inside is not enough to fill a silence. We arrive in the classroom early, but we're not the first.
Oh my! Oh, roll your face. Get your hand.
That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. What's wrong? She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Great job, Misha. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk animatedly past her to their seats and begin to converse. Aww. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with more students and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left.
Speaking of minutes, I think this is enough for now, so I will see you guys next time. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe, whatever you would